Howdy.
That vest looks like you just got off a shift at Whataburger.
It's Wrangler.
It goes nicely with those red boots.
Thank you. I'm ready to bicker. This is my Bickerin outfit. It's
Yes.
country music day.
My name is Matt, and I firmly believe that the 70s is the greatest decade of country music.
I'm Calli, and I think the 90s is the best decade of country music. I don't have to use these adverbs. Use my heart. What I love about the 90s is that you still had the songs about heartbreak and cheating. You still had that outlaw country, Indian Outlaw, for example, by name, Outlaw. But you also had fun and joy. You had dances, boot scootin' boogie, the watermelon crawl.
There it is. I figured the watermelon crawl would come out of something.
It had to. We had to start early. Get the watermelon rolling early, as I say.
The best 70s country music, it told a story, and those people lived the story. They would, most of the time, write their own songs. When we talk about outlaw country, those guys went to jail. Johnny Paycheck, he's releasing some hits. Take this job and shove it, if he's not in jail right now. What has Tim McGraw ever been arrested for? The only crime he's ever committed was that performance in The Blind Side.
Maybe you remember a music video by Madonna called Don't Tell Me. Do you remember what she's wearing in that?
Not really, because that's not country.
Cowboy hat. And the country is so good of the decade, it permeates itself into all of pop culture.
Is this early 2000s Madonna, where she like reinvented herself? For the
Madonna
50s
always
time?
reinvents herself.
That doesn't
So silly. Well, this isn't about Madonna. This is about the reach that country music had.
Well, you've got people like Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson, Loretta Lynn, Merle Haggard, George Jones, Dolly Parton. They're all just sprinkling hits, all been in the 70s.
I mean, I have a Dixie Chick CD right here. You Were Mine, track number 5 from Wide Open Spaces. Oh my gosh.
At all. Not at all. That's 50% pop right there.
Pop music means popular music. So whether it's country or not, if it's that good, everyone's going to hear it.
That was very energetic, also very wrong. The 90s, yes, it was very popular, and it started crossing into pop music, and that's where things went very wrong.
So I see where you're going with this. I don't want to say dirty words, but bro country.
Tim McGraw is something like that. It's a catchy song. I love it. Barbecue stain on my white t-shirt.
Barbecue stain on my white
She's killing me in that
t-shirt.
miniskirt. Country music in its prime in the 70s, it not only told a story, but it like would pull your heart out. Think about George Jones and the Grand Tour. Tammy Wynette.
Faith Hill, It Matters to Me. That's not heartache. Don't know what to say. Don't know what to do. Don't know if it really even matters to you. Why can't you see? It matters to me. Matt, it matters to me. That's heartache.
When I say modern country music that's gone down a bad path, the women in country music are in no way responsible for that. Like, they're still releasing good country music.
Casey Musgraves, God bless you.
I love Casey Musgraves.
Even Shania is still in the game. Don't be stupid, you know I love you. So something I like about 90s country and the 90s in general is girl power. Have you heard of it? Girl power was huge in the 90s. Let's bring in Shania into this, Any Man of Mine. So if you're gonna be a man of Shania's, you have this set of rules. So Any Man of Mine, Man, I Feel Like a Woman. Girl power came into the forefront in the 90s and even in the country world. So for me, that was super cool.
Whatever. The greatest girl power moment in country music is probably when Dolly Parton says peace out to Porter Wagner and sings, writes, records, and belts out I Will Always Love You, and says, I'm going solo, Porter. I'm sorry. I'm doing this thing on my own. Boom. Mic drop.
That's a beautiful story. I'm not trying to say that's not.
That's one of the greatest stories in country music.
I have a little bit of a problem with you claiming Dolly, because she spans across all decades. She literally is still making music and still singing. This is in the 90s section. They're showing Dolly.
Let me tell you Dolly from the 70s. This is Dolly in her prime right here.
So hard
Dolly
to
in
find.
that yellow right there.
We haven't even talked about Alan Jackson. There's so much to cover for my decade because it's the best. Look at Billy Ray.
It's not a serious country song.
Billy Ray was huge.
Billy Ray gave us 3 terrible things. Achy Breaky Heart.
Don't you
that
dare.
Mullet, and Miley.
Huh.
Oh, I'm
How
sorry. Am I in the
dare you.
midst of a Hannah Montana fan?
Do you know who Miley's godmother is?
Is it Dolly?
It is Dolly Parton.
I feel like Dolly's so nice that anyone
How
asks her, would you be my
dare
child's
you.
godmother? And she'd be like, well, sure thing, sweetie.
Do you know who actually sang a duet with Miley on Miley's last album? Well, I guess I'm a bigger Dolly fan than you are.
What is the best artist of your decade?
It's like asking me to pick my favorite child.
Of which you have none.
I don't have any children. But you know, it's an expression that you say and things like this.
I gotta go back to my man George Jones. Also, Waylon Jennings.
I feel like I should say someone like Sir George Strait, but I almost feel like it should be Garth.
Oh, I've been waiting for you to bring up
Garth Brooks.
Or is it Chris Gaines?
That was
know.
one time.
Yeah, who is this guy? If you go anywhere on the internet right now, Google the greatest country songs of all time, it's gonna be just littered with songs from the 70s.
Fact check, false. Calling it.
If you'll go to calliesblog.com,
If you go to iloveshania.net.
there's just like great lines all through 70s country music. Kiss names a good morning, and love her like the devil when she gets back home.
That's pretty beautiful.
And well, what do you got in the 90s? Heel toe, do-si do?
Come on, baby. You have that, but there's also beautiful songs.
I love that I can say one line and it just boom, you go.
I'm not dressed like this.
This
like,
is not an accident.
I wear this like while I'm watching Netflix. Check yes or no. Oh man. I know it's kind of upbeat, so you might get me on that one, but oh. Do
I
you
will never
love me?
criticize George
Do
Strait.
you
That's-
want it?
yeah.
He's the real deal. Like I could have just said George Strait at the beginning of this and then not said another word and I'd probably still win.
In my
Should we
book,
call
but
it
you can-
now? Should I just keep the hat? Is there a trophy I get?
In the words of Kenny right here, get no one to hold him, no one to fold him.
Well, I'm winning the singing competition so far. Maybe a sing a
I'm
little,
not gonna
sing a little bit.
I'm not singing. No,
Okay.
I don't. Well, if you insist.
I was like, oh my gosh,
Here we
I can't
go.
believe it.
The concert on the back board.
Here, take my hat.